Gotta ask you about Hey Jude
Yes,
and the bagpipe player. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
Had you seen how the bagpipe player looked coming down behind you, and how did you
Previous
feel?
to the show?
Yeah.
No.
And how did you feel watching it back later? Because I have to say, it startled me, and I was like, what?
I
think
why.
it takes you out of the song. There's just a dude coming down the stairs, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
I was happy about him being up there, number
Okay.
one. I know it was going to be like that necessarily. You know, I knew he was going to come down. I just didn't know it was going to be in such a dramatic fashion.
Right.
And, you know, it is what it is, you know. And then once he was up there, what am I going to do? That one, I really just kind of had fun with it, you know. And I mean, what do you say? You know, I wanted the bagpiper, and I got him.
That guy got separated from his parade. It didn't even. I don't know. I'm so sorry, sir. We'll help you.
Little Less Conversation, I thought, was also one of your best performances. I might rank it in your 3 best of the season.
Little less conversation, little more action, please. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me.
Cara wanted you flirtier.
It's a little bit too like little more, like you know, a little bit of looser.
No, that's called passion. It was passion.
Sexy.
She's not going to skip around the stage.
What do I say to that? Oh, okay. I'll be more flirty next time, you know? So it was just,
You know what happens when you get flirty up there. Then you get kind of harassed like Casey James.
Again, I didn't want
Interplay.
anything to be other than my music. So even when they would go to things about, you know, you got to smile more, which is like another thing. I was like, okay, I'll smile more, you know. But I was never really going to change who I was as a person for the show, you know, and I'm not going to still after the show. But the show was amazing. Like being on the show was amazing. Everything about it was amazing. It's just the comments, you really have to learn how to take them well, because some people just took them to heart way too much, and then they'd go the opposite way on it.
Right.
Where it was like, be more flirty. I was definitely not thinking the next week, I got to go out there and be more flirty. It was just, you know, it was what she said, and you know, hey, cool. If that's how you felt about it, awesome.
I think The Boxer was the week following, so you definitely did not want to get
No,
flirty on
you know
The
what I mean?
Boxer.
And I
It
love
would have
that
been
song, too.
horrific if you were like, hey, you know.
Yeah, I'm just a poor boy. It's like, what?
I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such a promise.
That week of Idol, when the list of songs came out on iTunes, I was like, what the hell? You had a list of some really bad songs, like the Gregorian chant song from Enigma, and like a lot of Disney themes. You dodged a bullet that week. It became obviously a performance that you ended up repeating. The hard part though is condensing that song into such a short...
That was a hard task. It's a very long song.
Yeah.
And it's,
Were you
the chorus is
stressed at
very
all?
repetitive. So
Right.
it was either I'm going to sing a very little bit of the song and a lot of the same thing in the chorus, or split it up the way, you know, what verses I like the best. And that's kind of what I did. I just took the front, you know, and the back end and kind of fit the choruses in between.
Did you get to do the full version at Arlington Park?
I shortened it a little bit.
Okay.
More or less because I had to get a lot of songs in.
Okay.
And I was really only supposed to play 3 or 4, and I ended up playing like 8 or 9 or something
I heard
like that.
people who were there were tweeting and being like, Lee just kept going.
Yeah,
he was
I did.
not,
No, I
he was
did.
not going to call it a day.
There were a lot of people there, and I didn't want to, you know, it's just so, to me...
You
it
showed
would've
up for
been-
3 songs?
Yeah, like, hey, thanks guys for coming out, I'm out of here. You know, it was like, they all came to support me, so I was going to do whatever I could to make them happy, I guess.
And he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down.
Watching you sing while your parents sang along with you, and then you got like a little emotional, and then they cried.
That was brutal for me.
Oh my God.
I was
How
like...
could you watch that and not cry?
I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. La la.
Dude, there were like, you know, thousands and thousands of people there, and I'm just up there playing and doing my thing, and my parents are there. I was just like, what is going on? This is insane, you know? It was a really cool feeling, though. I mean, I'll never forget it.